Anyway, Mike, you have some comments.
So some other attendees, and I'll be quick.
Yeah.
So here, the question, what were your highlights of the event? This one said, getting to see and be in the same room with the athletes up close, which I think all of us enjoyed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. The wonderful shout out by the guy who's been the voice of the marathon for many years,
Larry,
echoed by Wanjeri.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing Kenyans and non-Kenyans come together in numbers to support athletes. Again, being intentional. We are slowly opening the doors to that. The inclusion of the non-Kenyan athletes, the Ethiopian, the Tanzanian.
Yeah.
That was very good.
Mm-hmm.
And the food was delicious. I don't know if you've gotten there yet. And the caterer was organized to have the food, diversity, and the thoughtfulness behind the venue, the idea to validate parking, which we did not know about it.
Yeah.
Good size space for the event, good DJ selection. For now, those are the comments on that one. The other one that I had was, I think they were like sort of, what were your highlights of the event? Again, seeing the champions, interacting with them, meeting new people, and celebrating Kenya with music. What did this one like the most? Meeting and taking pics with the athletes.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I have one comment.
Me have a comment. I have a comment before.
Okay. Mika briefly, and then we're gonna go to Wanjeri.
Oh Lord.
For me, my highlight was the tribute that Larry gave to Kiptum.
Yeah,
that was beautiful, amazing, and I don't know if there's anybody in that room who knew so much history about Kiptum like he did. And everything that he said was things that if somebody ever has a clip of that tribute and you went and ask any media station in Kenya if they knew anything or half of what Larry knew about Kiptum, I'm sure a lot of people don't have that. So for me, that was the highlight of that event.
Okay, all right. So yes, that was really amazing, and it gets very, I don't know that to use the word embarrassing when this comes from people who are not even Kenyan.
No, boss, it's okay. Just say the word.
Yeah, it's
embarrassing.
Yeah, it's
okay. It is what it is.
Yes, it's very embarrassing.
But then also you have to realize somebody like Larry lives and breathes athletics.
Absolutely. Yes.
So I'm sure there's, even if you search around the globe, there are very few news reporters who know
marathons,
the information that he knows about marathons. Yeah.
Yes, very true. Now, also a big shout out to Wahome Wilson. The organizer of this event. I mean, he's one of those people who doesn't like public accolades so much. But Wahome, this was big, especially after 9-year hiatus. We were in that organizing committee. And, he provided very good leadership because there was a lot of doubts. We've not had this event for 9 years. Will people show up and everything? So Wahome, this was a fantastic job, and now we're looking forward to an even bigger one next year.
I'd say that actually the biggest highlight for me was Edna Kiplagat.
Mm-hmm.
She had signed a deal with Puma, I think when she was 42, right? And that's, when you're 42 and a shoe company thinks you're worth being their brand ambassador, that's huge. She signed a contract with Puma. She runs with their shoes, and she came third in that marathon at 44 years old.
Yeah.
And when we talk about not marketing our Kenyans, I think of all the things that came out of that marathon, that is one person I felt did not actually get the recognition because it's not everybody who is winning. I think she's actually the oldest person. She has a record for the oldest person at an elite level to come to do that well in an elite marathon, right? But I think seeing her in the audience, she had her kids with her. I think she had two of her kids with her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that was, so for me, it was just mind blowing because you've seen her on TV, and then you actually get to see her live, and then you see her 2 days later come third in the marathon. I think to me that was actually the biggest highlight. I didn't think she got enough attention even after the win. I think the other big thing for me was to see people bring out their kids. Previous events, I never saw people bringing their kids, especially American-born children. And it was really nice to see all these young kids wearing Kenyan T-shirts. It actually made me feel bad because I was not wearing a Kenyan t-shirt or traditional.
No. You were color coordinated, which was on point like a decimal.
Yes, so I had to intentionally wear the Kenyan flag colors because I didn't have the, like a traditional outfit. But I think those children being there, and seeing how happy they were. I think there was one kid at our table, right? She was very excited to be there.
Yeah.
I think to me that is some of the great things about the marathon. We also got to see the voice of the Boston Marathon, Mr. Larry.
Mm-hmm.
He's been the official announcer for the Boston Marathon for the last 50 years. So to have him there, he knew so much history of Kenyans in the Boston Marathon, the history of the Boston Marathon, which was embarrassing because we didn't know as much history as we did. But that is, some of the other highlights. I'll let you, I don't know what others you have in mind.
Okay.